Ho, 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 ho. Do I feel good today? What is up, universe? Welcome into Driving the Line. We are here live on Stadium, and also simulcast on our YouTube channel every single weekday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We replay at 4 p.m. Eastern time in the afternoon. Now, we've got a lot of housekeeping before we get to the main event, and we've got some big-time issues today. Tip of the cap. We are not a political show, but we do have a new president of the United States, Donald Trump, beating Kamala Harris last night. So congratulations to him. Now Raphael can get some sleep and get back to DTL. Now, many of you yesterday were lamenting our newest newbie, the baby-faced assassin, as I like to call him, because we are the most transparent show in all of sports betting. And by the way, I will not take this hat off until the Chiefs lose. Look at the day we had yesterday. Let it soak in. Just look at that recap screen. Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2. That's how you get down. Big Chuck and Peyton Lodge. Perfect yesterday here on DTL. Now, we have a ton of content across the board. The easiest thing to do, hit that subscribe button. When you come in, if you watch on our YouTube page, hit the like button, share the show. Every single day, we are getting bigger. Also, if you're a premium member, you get weekend wagers every single Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. A lot of hockey there. You also get the video of the daily podcast, DTL, the podcast, around 3 p.m. Eastern in the afternoon. If you listen on the audio side, it's dropped around 2 p.m. Ton of stuff. AB. We've got a lot to unpack this morning. It's also Rant Wednesday. Good morning, sir.
We do. Good morning, Coach. Good morning, crew. Yeah, dude, Peyton, nice job, man. That's a hell of a start right there, buddy. What was that? Was it 2-0? Is that right?
He was 2-0, and he was 2 out of 3 on his prize picks as well.
Yeah.
But we've got a little bit of issue with the youngster today that we have to address when we bring him on. We got a little bit of an issue. By the way, shout out to one of our OGs, Aaron Bailey. He says, Coach and AB, today's my 4-year anniversary getting my life-saving transplant 4 years ago, 15-hour surgery. So I don't know what that was, but AB, life-saving surgery. Aaron's here today, 4-year anniversary. Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out indeed, man. And look, Aaron's one of the OGs, dude, and, coming after, being in a coma after a 15-hour surgery. Our man has gone through a lot, dude, and super proud of him. He's just the man, dude. So, Aaron, awesome. Well done, buddy.
He says he was in a coma. Damn, Aaron. Today, you will not be in a coma. Today is Rant Wednesday. Today, we pick everybody up, and I cannot wait. We also, coming up in about 30 minutes, and we're going to show you the most incredible graphic you've ever seen, because AB, the college football rankings are out. Before we bring the guys on, here's what they look like, and we're going to really break it down. Just me and you coming up in about 30 minutes, because you made look at this right here. Oregon, we assume, but Ohio State ahead of Georgia, and then you've got Miami, the U. I can't wait to hear you break it down in 30 minutes, sir.
Yeah, look, America decided. We've got our first college football playoff rankings. There we go.
I can't wait. Also, Howie Schwab would love today. Hey, Coach, it's an F day. Today's an F day. What do we got, AB?
It is an F day. All right, 2 games, 4 options here. All right, Lakers plus 1.5 against the Grizzlies minus 1.5. Or you going with the Heat plus 5.5 against the Suns minus 5.5. Polls in the chat. Vote now. Update as we always do at the end of the show.
All right, very good. All right, we've got 3 of our absolute very best chomping at the bit, ready to go. It's Rant Wednesday, so you know what time it is. It's time for the picks. And I don't know if 5 years ago I would have told you that on one show, on one screen, in one Amazon Prime big screen TV, you would see big Tommy Carlucci, Vince Russo, and the babyface assassin. Let's get the good mornings out of the way first before we handle a little business here. Big Tommy, welcome back to Rant Wednesday.
Thank you. I love being here, Coach, and let's get going.
You damn right. Vince Russo live from Denver, Colorado. Good morning, sir.
Coach, I thought it was a prerequisite that we had to at least take a shower before this Peyton. First time, Peyton, what do you comb your hair with a hand grenade? Listen, man, you're going to be late. Coach, hurry up. He's going to be late for school. Coach, he's got to go catch the bus over there, Peyton. Yeah, shower up, young man.
Woo. Yesterday was pretty good.
Whoa. You're going to, Peyton, you can't ever bring up yesterday. Yes, you were 2-0. Yes, because of you, our resident benefactor, Roberto Bibo, he just donated 5 more memberships to 5 lucky fans watching live right now. But Peyton, with all kidding aside, Vince Russo brings up a really good point. Yeah. It kind of looks like you just rolled out of bed, that maybe you weren't even awake, I don't know, 5 minutes ago. Did you oversleep this morning on day number 2? Is that what we're doing?
I did, Coach.
Wow.
Yeah.
AB, day 2, and he oversleeps. AB, what should we do about this?
All right, well, we're going to have to figure out a certain fine for him because we can't hit him with the membership one yet. It's the second day, right? But we're going to find something good, although I will say, as the other person here that's in danger to oversleep a show, I can't get off Peyton too terribly much. I'm not a morning dude at all, so there we go.
Glass houses, baby, glass houses. You know what I mean? I think here's going to be your punishment, Peyton. And everybody in the chat, let Peyton know how much we love him. He started out 2-0. I mean, he told all of you, you can take your picks, and you know what? All right, Phil says he deserves a sleep in after 2-0 right out of the gate. All right? But, Peyton, here's what we're going to do. And Vince doesn't even know what this is. Tommy doesn't know what this is. That's why we love to have the different generations on the show. You've got to give me 2 TikTok videos with 2 fire picks on our new TikTok page that we're trying to grow, and then we'll see how you do there, and then maybe I'll let you off the hook. Is that a fair punishment?
Yeah, it's pretty fair. That sounds good. Sounds good.
Wow. You seem like you're a little bit down. You got the beautiful smile. You got the lettuce, but I feel like you're a little bit down today. Are you? Are you okay?
Oh, no, I feel good. I feel real good.
And Peyton, we trust. You already got, the entire chat's behind you. The entire universe already loves you.
There we go. And Peyton, we trust.
There we go. Oh, you figured out how to use the chat too.
Yeah. See, yesterday I didn't know how to use the chat. So, now I'm going to be, a little more interactive. It's going to be fun.
Wow. Okay. 2-0 at plus money and forgot to pay the plus money. Oh, a lot of action today. All right. We got to get to our picks. Enough yakking around. AB, I got to come over to you because you got to show everybody how we get down here on a Wednesday. And coming up in about 10 minutes or so, you don't want to miss Rant Wednesday. 2 big plays today, both NBA. AB, you're up.
Go to the NBA indeed, Coach. All right. We're going to go to the same game. Grizzlies. We're going to take a -1.5 at home against the Los Angeles Lakers. Look, John Morant shows up for games like this, and sometimes coming from Los Angeles, it might not be that big to play in Memphis against the Grizzlies, but it is for the fans there in Memphis, and I think that we're going to see the Grizz show up pretty big. So, Liddy, I love you, and I know that these are your Lakers, but we're going to go with the Grizz -1.5 here, and we're also going to take John Morant over 1.5 threes at -115. John Morant generally gets 1 3 in the first 8 minutes of the game. And then you wait until about the fourth quarter for him to hit the second one. But I do think that tonight is a night where he is going off. He's been playing excellent basketball. So, yeah, give me the Grizz 1.5. John Morant over 1.5 threes. Let's go.
Do you think, AB, it is a coincidence that our resident post-game Grizzlies host, DG, just happened to show up in the chat as you were giving out the John Morant play?
I don't. And also, if you look at it, he just said he'd like a showdown. He's taking the Lakers.
He also said he's taking his morning walk listening to these goobs. Apparently, we're all goobs this morning. But, hey, walking bets is a thing, apparently, for a lot of people. If you know, you know. All right, Big Tommy, you and Vince never talk to each other, but when I see you guys are back in the same team, it doesn't happen often here on the show, but sometimes it does. So I want you to start. And then I'm going to come over to Vince. What do you like today? A little futures in the NFL, Tommy. You're up.
I like the Minnesota Vikings -4 against Jacksonville. That number's low to me. I know Jacksonville has been playing better lately, but the Vikings are going to be on a tear, and I think they're just going to tear up Jacksonville right there. And the Falcons -3.5 there. against the New Orleans Saints. They just fired their coach. They just gave away their best cornerback, Lattimore, to the Commanders. I think Kirk Cousins is going to have a field day with them. And my Boston Celtics, they play tonight, man, and their payback's a bitch here against the Golden State Warriors. The only guy I know in the Warriors right now is Steph Curry. And my man Tatum, he's headhunting, man. He's coming after every team. He ain't playing around this year. And minus 7.5, I'm taking my boys tonight.
Look at you giving us that take. By the way, did anybody see last night Jaden Daniels? He was at the game in Washington, and he got a standing ovation from the entire arena. I mean, when you're a quarterback in a big city and you're playing well, is there anything better than that? Nope. And afterwards, Steph Curry signing his jersey. I mean, Jaden Daniels is living the life. All right, Vince Russo, coming over to you. You're backing up that Vikings play, and you have two more from the NFL today. You're up, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to mirror Tommy with the Vikings. I like I got two favorites this week. Baltimore Ravens, man, I'm giving the 6. Baltimore 21-3 in prime time since Jim Harbaugh took over. What about that? Bengals injuries on both sides of the ball. Lamar Jackson is going to roll. Bills, I'm giving the 4 points, even though the Colts, all 9 of their games have been decided by 8 points or less, Coach. This is going to be a good game, but I'm not betting against Josh Allen.
I never thought on like week 4 that I'd be doing this with a Vince Russo take, but I think it's worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear those nuggets? I think there's only one single solitary question we need to ask right now. Do you want to do the work? I didn't think so. Vince Russo, well freaking done this morning, sir. Well freaking done. So, youngin', you've watched 3 pros get the job done. So I've let you sit there. Don't talk yet. Don't talk until I come to you.
All right, sorry.
What are we doing? You go 2-0, all of a sudden you're running the show. So you go 2-0 on your first day, but do you know the hardest thing to do in all sports betting, young man?
What is it?
Back-to-back successful days. Anybody 2-0 day 1, but what happens on day 2? So, sir, you've got 2 more plays today. The floor is yours.
Can I talk now?
Yes.
Well, the NFL picks are great, but I want to win tonight. So I'm going to go 76ers money line at plus money, plus 102. They got plus 102 on DraftKings. They got Paul George coming back tonight. So super excited for that. They're playing in LA against the Clippers. Clippers just coming off a big win, and 76ers just coming off
nothing.
A tough loss against in Phoenix. So they're looking to bounce back tonight. So I'm taking 76ers at plus money. Also, Spurs and Rockets. I'm going to go under 212.5 in that game at minus 110 on DraftKings. This is going to be a defensive battle for sure. It's this is going to be the 3rd meeting of the year already, which usually calls for more defense, a more defensive scouting report. So a lot of guys are going to be familiar with each other. That's why I'm going with the under.
All right, man. I like it. I like it. And we have to give grace, like AB said. You know, it's early. You're up studying all night, but I love the nuggets, and Christian loves the little nuggets. He goes, I like this. Another 2-0 night for Peyton. I would love to get Vince's reaction to you literally taking a shot at him and a shot at Tommy in segment number 1. I mean, 10 seconds, Vince, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I just want to know what's the over and under of a Peyton bathing today. That's where my money's going to go. No bath today, Coach. That's where my money's going.
I mean, you are a guy who at one point in your life had great lettuce, just like Peyton does.
Yeah.
It's a little bit grayer, a little bit whiter now, but it's still good. You're still living in good world. All right, really good start to the show. Really good start. But you guys know you come here on Wednesdays for one reason and one reason only. It is Rant Wednesday. And young Peyton, you better have something on your chest that you need to get off, and you better understand what it is in the next 3 minutes. I love Wednesdays. I love DTL. I love all of you. It is Driving the Line live only on Stadium. All right, you degenerates out there that continue on our YouTube channel. Hit that like button on the way in if you could, please. Bro has great hair still, Coach. Vince, John says you still have
Yeah.
Great hair.
All right. And it's washed.
And it's AB. I never thought we would have, like, AB has kind of the normal look. Then you got Tommy and Vince, a little bit wider. And then, of course, mine is all the way down. I wonder what's preferred. I wonder what Peyton you would look like bald. What do you think Peyton would look like bald?
I think Peyton should keep that lettuce right there. Let's not even worry about
it. So, Peyton, we have like 2 minutes till we get back on Stadium. So I feel like it's just family. It's just people. It's our OGs. They're here. It's just me and you talking. So Rant Wednesday. John says it's his favorite news segment. So it's just where you take like 60 seconds. I know I've talked to you about it before. There's no pressure. And you just get off your chest. Just maybe it's the fact that you have to do homework. Maybe that's a Rant Wednesday for you. I don't know. I mean, Tommy hasn't done homework in what, 50 years, Tommy?
Oh, yeah, at least.
At least.
Not even when I had homework, I didn't do homework.
I have a feeling all of us were, AB, were you a detention guy or were you a just didn't show up guy?
Oh, no, I showed up, man, but I was always in detention, dude. I was like, it was for little stuff, like passing notes. You know what I mean? Like 2 minutes late in the hallway, we're trying to run in the door. It was always very little, but yeah, I was constantly in trouble.
Vince, were you in trouble all the time, Vince?
Never in trouble, man. Always a good kid, man. Always a great kid, Coach. Come on.
I mean, I tell you what, in 1952, they had good kids. They had good kids. That's no doubt about it. All right. John says that Peyton is standing on business. I feel like Peyton's rant should be about everyone talking about his lettuce. By the way, shout out to Jinx the Mouse. Another membership. You guys have been amazing. So incredibly, what's the word? Gracious. And you have to be watching live. It's random. The computer picks it. But we have so much more content on the premium side of the show. So we really, really appreciate all of you who do that. Jinx the Mouse. Robert, thank you for that this morning. All right. We are back on Stadium in just 5 seconds. Okay. Welcome back on Stadium, YouTube TV, Amazon Prime Video, Roku TV, the Stadium app. We are everywhere. Now, John just said it in the chat. He goes, this is my new favorite segment of the week. I look forward to it. It could be anything. It does not have to be sports because we do not like talking picks all the time. I don't know anybody that does. But, AB, you always started. You're our OG of OGs. Rant Wednesday, where are you going today?
America made a decision yesterday, and I have got to address everything in regards to it, okay? I don't care. Look, we're talking hibachi today, all right? This is where America's restaurants need to follow suit. They completely get it. When you sit down, they hit you with a salad. They hit you with a drink. You have food and beverage right in front of you. You're not sitting there waiting, hold the receipt. Oh, hey, what do I get my chicken Big Mac? No, they're already into the volcano onion. All right, getting you ready to go. And as they cook chicken and steak, all right, chopping it up. What are they doing? Hit you with a little bit, hit you with a little bit. Remember when you'd go to the mall? Remember when those existed and you go to the food court, they'd have the free samples? It's like that, okay? Hibachi absolutely gets it front to back. This is a winning organization. You don't hear the owner out front, all right? They just take care of you. America, follow hibachi.
Make hibachi great again. All right. I love that way to start. All right. I never know. We have a little segment over on BTT called Tommy's Beef, where I let Tommy go off on anything and everything. So this is right up his alley. So, Tommy Carlucci, what is your rant today?
You know, Coach and fellas, I know when we were all young, we had pets and everything. I had a dog. I had a cat. What is the big deal about this couple with that Peanut the squirrel? Do you hear what's going on with this? It's all over social media. I can't believe it. This couple found a squirrel, had it for 7 years, and they would dress it up, and then they would do porn with it. Not with the squirrel, excuse me. They would do porn with the squirrel. Watch, I'm not sure.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Oh, okay. So the cops bogart in, right? They take the squirrel and they euthanize the squirrel. and the couple are a mess right now. You know what? I got 3 squirrels in my backyard. Grab another squirrel, Bring it in and dress it up as a cowboy like you did before. What are we doing in this world when it's a big deal on social media about Peanut the squirrel?
Matty Ice says R.I.P. Peanut.
Yep.
If you guys haven't seen this story, I mean, it is. I feel bad for the couple, but they literally, this thing was like a pet dog.
Yeah.
They would come home and it would jump on his shoulder, and they put it in little cowboy hats.
Cowboy hats. Great. Love it.
He said he was a public figure. He was a public figure.
He was. R.I.P. Peanut. They had a raccoon, too.
They did. It's like a sanctuary, like the very small sanctuary. Oh, my God.
He ate
Oh, my God. Matty says squirrel soup. Why did they kill Peanut? Ninja, that's the big question, right?
Yes.
That's the big question. Why did they kill Peanut? We'll get to the bottom of it. We've got our investigative reporters on that.
I'll look it up.
So far, two great ones. I can't believe you brought up Peanut. All right, Mr. Russo, let me come over to you, big boy, because I have no clue where you're going today. Where you at?
Well, I'm going to tell you this. We got a new president. Congratulations, President Trump, the 47th president. Coach, I got his first call of duty. You know, we got the wall. We got grocery prices. We got a lot of things we got to adjust. First call of duty, Coach. I had enough of this. I've been belly aching about this for my 63 years on this planet. It relates to restaurants, as we talked about earlier. I'm going to use one bro here, Coach. Bro.
Okay.
We all go to IHOP. We all love IHOP. Are we all fans of IHOP?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Can somebody explain to me why the pancake plate is the same size as the pancake? Where is the syrup supposed to go, Coach? I've been trying to figure this out for 63 years. The pancakes are the same size as the plate. You pour the syrup on, syrup goes all over the table. Where is the syrup supposed to go? Can we not have a plate that is bigger than the pancake, Coach? This is the most ridiculous thing. I'm 63 years, Coach. I've been going to IHOP since the minute I came out of my mother's womb.
He's right. No, he's absolutely right.
You.
And
He is. He is.
Yeah, and he nailed it too, because what the problem becomes is that the syrup gets all over the table that the workers have to clean up. It's sticky. Nobody wants to clean up syrup. Like, dude, I could not agree more with that.
You know what it is? They want to conserve the syrup. They don't want you using syrup. Listen, if I'm paying $23 for pancakes, I'll use as much syrup as I want to use, Coach.
They even give you the 4 choices of syrup on the table at IHOP. You got the strawberry, the maple, and DG says make pancake plates bigger again.
Thank you.
My God.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
okay, here's the other question, real quick. Here's the other question with IHOP, because they
Yes.
go with the sausage links and not the sausage round, right?
Correct.
Which one's better? Do you go link or do you like the circle sausage?
See, I'm a big linked guy at IHOP, but I like the patty at McDonald's.
Gotcha.
The patty at McDonald's is really good. I love where Rant Wednesday goes. You just never know. You just never know. Damn it, I love this segment so very much. But now we have arrived at this. So young Peyton Lodge, Mr. 2-0, the baby face assassin.
Well,
Where are you going today? Whoa, let me give you the tee up.
Okay. Yeah, see, I gave you 2 seconds, so you didn't have to do that again.
Oh, he gave you 2 seconds.
I love this kid.
Go
I
ahead.
think I love him too. All right, Peyton, what do we got today?
All right, so I'm going to the TCU. I go to TCU. I went to their home opener basketball game on Tuesday night. Go in, sit with my boy, and I got some friends on the team. You know, I got friends. You know, I got friends here at the school. So I go over there, and I see a lot of my dudes on the bench. Right, a lot of my friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I'm kind of just like, you know, throw them in. And you know, they're not starters. I'm not, you know, they're not really bench guys. They're a little lower, you know, whatever. But we're playing the first game of the year. It's Florida A&M. Shout out Shaquille O'Neal was there. Big Shaq was sitting courtside because they had Shakir playing. So that was random. But we're getting there, and it's a 50-point game. A 50-point game. And I'm like, okay, you know, maybe they'll throw my boy in, you know, like, you know, my friends, all of them. I'm literally staying there till the end for this. And you know, our coach is is talking to the other assistant coaches like I don't know, like, you think we can get him in? Dude, it's a 50-point game. What are you doing? I mean, what do you think you're gonna do? Lose? There's 3 minutes left, and I'm like, okay, let's go. I stayed the whole game. Let's see my boy. And 30 seconds left, he comes in and he gets one possession. What is that?
Hey, it hurts. It hurts. What is that? I was actually thinking about your rant. I was saying the same thing to that. What is this? All right.
Give him a timeout, Coach. Give him a time. Give the kid a timeout, Coach. Give the kid a timeout.
I was glad all week for that.
Let me show you how he
Put him in the corner. Put him in the corner for 5 minutes.
I know, Vince. I mean, you thought he'd see 3 professionals do it, and he could give me a 45-second take. Clearly, that's not going to happen. All right, but I'm going to go next. And young Peyton, you can watch how the pros get down, right? And somebody that I know likes to say, "Well, the pros are the pros." All right, I've had it. The night after the election, where we're supposed to have a clean start and the world is supposed to make sense to all of us again. 4 or 5 days ago, end of last week, I turned on the TV. I turned on NBC, the coveted Tonight Show. And who do I see as guests? And I do not understand where they came from, and I do not understand how they become mainstream. But if I see one more show, one more collaboration, one more song, one more single from the Costco guys, I've had enough. I can't talk about any more chicken bakes. I can't talk about double chip chocolate cookie. Boom, doom. The fact that I know all of that is driving me insane. And if you watch them on the Tonight Show, you know what I'm talking about. Not Jimmy Kimmel. Who hosts the Tonight Show?
Fallon. Jimmy
Fallon, after the third boom in the first 15 seconds, they had a shot on his face. I almost feel like his executive producer was quitting the show, and it was a joke that they were putting these guys on. But then I see collaborations with the FaZe crew. If you play video games, you know I'm hip. But they're everywhere. They're going to be wrestling in AEW on November 23rd. What are we doing? And Costco, can you please get more than 2 food items so I don't have to hate about the chicken bake and the double chunk chocolate cookie ever. Boom!
Coach, can I tell you a funny story real quick?
Oh, I would love it.
All right, so believe it or not, all right, I was on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and all right, look it up. Alan Bell, Jimmy Fallon, White Sox, okay? I was making fun of a White Sox fan live that was at a game. Come to find out, okay, it ended up reuniting him and his mother. Jimmy Fallon flew out to go to a game with them, bought them season tickets, both of them, and brought their lives back together, and I got nothing out of it. Look, I swear to God, look it up.
This is now double rant Wednesday. I got nothing. Ace says, now that's a rant. Thank you, Ace. Now, Peyton, do you understand? Now I get it. I've been on national TV since my early 20s, since where you are right now.
I do get it, but I've been feeling that all week. I'm gonna stand by my statement. I mean,
wow.
Nobody's questioning the topic of your rant, but part of a rant, Vince, is doing what?
Ranting. That's part of a rant, Coach. Ranting. Give young Peyton the time. Put him in the corner for just 5 minutes.
You gotta shorten that baby up a little.
Yeah.
We gotta shorten that rant up a little.
Oh, producer man did it.
Oh my goodness.
Now I'm going to call an audible here because there's a couple things we didn't get to. So I'm going to move educate and entertain to after the break. Vince, Tommy, Peyton, can you guys stay for about 5 more minutes?
Sure.
We do like 5 more minutes. I have a very important topic I need your feedback on. I'm just not quite sure what Peyton's going to tell me right now. So we got a couple things we got to do. Oh, Peyton, it's a rough day 2 for you. If you're standing on your 2-0, I don't know, somewhere out there, Papa Bear is watching. Shout out to Roger Lodge. And Raj, you better handle your boy because right now he's getting handled on Rant Wednesday. All right, still to come. Would you rather have Juan Soto or would you rather have Peter Alonso? And do the college football rankings make sense? We discuss it all. Halfway home, it's a vibe on Rant Wednesday right here, live on Stadium. All right, we continue on our YouTube page, all you degenerates out there that watch for the entire hour. So AB, Joel Embiid, He has been suspended 3 games for pushing a reporter after a reporter brought up his brother and his son's name in an article. Is 3 games enough? Should it have been more? Is Joel Embiid out of line?
Oh, he's out of line. You can't do that at all, right? Now, it was a hit piece that the dude wrote for sure, but you can't be doing that. Now, the 3-game suspension, man, I don't know. There's so much smoke around Embiid with that, he's not playing. That part, I don't know. But he is way out of line. And, dude, what are you doing, man?
What are we doing? Hey, Big Tommy, let me come over to you because you live in the Northeast. You know everything is going to get mushroomed up. But when you make $63 million a year, it's going to be a much bigger mushroom, no?
Oh, absolutely. When you're making 63 million, it is a big deal. The reporter's got to know where to hit and where not to hit. I mean, you're really hitting below the belt when you talk about somebody's dead brother or the situation. And I could see Embiid getting up in his face. I think I would be really pissed off too. Why do you have to go there? Talk about him. Talking about him being fat and out of shape and not wanting to get on the
everything
court.
else out of it. Yeah.
Right. I just don't get where the reporter was going with that. So I kind of support Embiid. I think 3 games is not enough, because it gives freedom to a lot of these crazy other NBA players out there. Well, if he only got 3 games, somebody says something, boom, it could happen again.
Tommy, it's only a 2-minute break. Come on, dog. All right, Vince, I got 20 seconds for you. Your thoughts? I mean, we can't be pushing reporters, no matter what they write.
Well, it depends on who you are. Coach, we're former champions, you and I, so we could push all the reporters we want. Tag team, world heavyweight champion. Come on, Coach, that doesn't apply to us.
They can't take it away from us. Come on, kid. Come on, we're above the fray.
We're
above the fray. Yeah, and I lost my titles in Canada, so that didn't even really count.
That don't count.
So I think I'm still a tag team champion.
Still a champion to me, Coach. Still a champion to me.
You're still a champion to me too.
Thank you.
Peyton, did you know that you were working with world champions on the show?
No, wow. Pretty impressive.
The answer was not no right there. It was yeah, hell yeah, coach. Hell yeah. All right, we're back on Stadium in just 5 seconds. All right, so this morning is a vibe. God, are we having fun today? The live number is incredible. I know what Vince is going to say. You're welcome, Coach. Thank you, Vince. Thank you, Tommy, for the rating today. The live number is outstanding. It may be Peyton. I don't know. All right, we got 2 things of business that I got to get to before we talk college football. And the part of the reason we're bringing Peyton, and I need to see everybody, please. So I got to do this first with Peyton, is that he's our prize picks expert. If you follow us on TikTok, I encourage you to do so. We're going to have a lot of prize picks stuff there. But today, Peyton, even though you overslept, you were studying all night for Botany 101, you still were able to give us a 2-play today at Prize Picks. What do you have for us today, sir?
With plenty of research, by the way, guys. Nobody freak out here because, I got bad hair today. Okay, so I took Klay Thompson first, more than 16.5 points. Klay is going to be having a big night tonight. They're playing a really big game, and I think my biggest pick of the day. My biggest pick of the day is CP3, less than 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I would have taken it at 23.5 anyway. I don't think he's hit this line 5 out of 5 times, which sounds crazy, but he's not hitting it tonight. And it's because the Houston Rockets are playing. They're in top 3. They're the top 3 defensive team in the NBA. And like I said, 3rd matchup against San Antonio today. So a lot more defense and not that much offense from CP3.
All right. I see what Aaron says. Everybody on day 2 gets a little bit nervous. I know you've got legends that are teasing you a little bit. Aaron says, Peyton, you're taking an ass whooping today, but you got this. Listen to Coach and AB, and success is in your near future. But clearly you did not understand that Coach hates unders. But that's okay. We will take that in the Prize Picks. I'll give that a 4 out of 10. I'm a hard grader there, young Peyton.
And as long as it's green, it's going to be a 10.
You know what? I can't argue with that. As long as the check marks keep coming. It's now time to educate, entertain. All right, Vince Russo, I got to start with you because there was a big article that came out yesterday, and Brian Cashman, who's been the general manager for Tommy's Yankees for many, many years, he said he's meeting with Juan Soto. and also Peter Alonso, formerly perhaps of the New York Mets. My question to you, Vince, who would you rather have?
Coach, I'm a little distracted. As Peyton gets ready to go to school today, I'm just wondering, is he going to load his HR Puffin Stuff lunchbox with Twinkies or carrot sticks? Twinkies.
He's healthy. He's healthy. He's healthy.
You say the carrot sticks, Coach. He's
We'll go carrot sticks.
Twinkies. I'm like 10 pounds. I'm like, I don't eat Twinkies.
My boy needs calories. Let's go.
He needs more, man. All right, Vince, where are we going?
Coach, listen. Alonso is bomb or bust. I mean, that's the type of player he is. Soto is an all around. There's no question. Juan Soto. And if the Mets go after Juan Soto, though, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Yankees go over Alonso.
That would be interesting to trade, Tommy, these two guys. And we're seeing reports out there that it could be for as many as 12 years. What are you hearing there locally in New York?
Well, they're saying Steve Cohen's going big time after Soto. We're hearing like 13 years, over $700 million on the WFAN. There was the talk yesterday about it because they had Cashman on there, reviewing all the stuff with him. For me, it's a no-brainer. The guy's a generational player. He hits in every game. He's not a great outfielder, but I'll take that. He is an unbelievable player. For me to watch him all year is just a joy, and I just hope Cashman can get it done.
Yeah, and you normally, AB, don't hear a general manager so openly say, hey, listen, we're going to meet with them. We met with them in the day after. They clearly want him, and sometimes you got to be straightforward. Who would you want?
I would go Soto for sure, but the Alonso part is fascinating because it's New York and New York, right? And the Mets manager was the former Yankees bench coach, right? So, like, you've got intertwining coming from all here, but I'm a Soto dude, man.
Now, Peyton, I know you're not a big baseball guy, but who would you take if you were the general manager of the Yankees?
Huge baseball guy, Coach. So it's not even a question though. Juan Soto all the way. Juan Soto is doing everything. Average, he's hitting for power, and I mean, in my book, it's not a question at all. I was a little confused why you asked for a minute. Pete Alonso just didn't look strong out there at all, especially towards the end of the year. So, he has huge at bats. I'm going to take Juan Soto every time.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way, and I think Tommy said it best that he's very inconsistent. And he had that one big home run early on in the playoffs that led him through. But I think Juan Soto's the guy. And if they're willing to put $600 million out there, Godspeed. Gentlemen, well freaking done today. Well done on Rant Wednesday. Tommy, Vince, Peyton, we'll talk after the show. All right, we got to get all of it. See what Peyton does to me? We have to get to a very important part of the show. In our analysis, the very first college football rankings brought to you by Weekend in Taipei.
You said no more secrets.
Shut up and let me drive. Come on, who is this guy?
I'm an undercover DEA agent to find and take Kwong's operation now.
Bring me my wife, and you killed John Waller.
So you came back after all this time for Kwong, but not for me?
I just take 1 weekend. I'm not gonna lose you again. So you haven't changed a bit.
Thanks.
Weekend in Taipei this Friday, only in theaters.
Couple of things. Rob says I agree with Peyton. That's not really a debate. It's obviously Soto over Alonso. And AB, Big Cheesy says DTL ratings with Peyton. I will say this, AB, we're having the biggest viewed live Wednesday we've ever had in the history of the show today.
You can't argue the ratings, man. Peyton brings it. The kid knows what he's doing. Look at him. Great lettuce. Ladies showed up for him. It's awesome. Now, he was talking about Jamie Dixon, the head coach at TCU basketball.
Yes.
Yeah, Jamie Dixon doesn't play around at all. That dude is all business all the time, and it's his alma mater. So, yeah, that story checks out.
Do you want at the break? I'm going to tell you a very funny Jamie Dixon story. So anybody watching on YouTube, AB, you won't even believe the story I'm getting ready to tell you. He's talking about he doesn't mess around. Coming up in 6 minutes, you don't want to go anywhere. An incredible Jamie Dixon story at the break. Oh my God, I can't believe I get to tell it. All right, AB. Last night you were in the lab, and I'm telling you, and I told you this, and I'm going to tell it to you publicly, that when you are on your game, there is nobody else in America, no, the world, that can do what you do visually, graphically, in the mind. And so I want to show everybody what the very first college football rankings look like. And the number one spot, I mean, this is amazing. The number one spot, AB, not a surprise, but I was watching a lot of the feedback from the committee, and they said the reason Ohio State got the number 2 over Georgia is because of the losses. And we talk all the time about how you look. How you look is so important. And they said it last night. Does anything surprise you at the top?
Not really. Yeah, look, I get it. Ohio State lost to the number 1 team in the country. Georgia, I mean, they lost to the number 11 team in the country in Alabama. So it's not like Georgia's out here with bad losses, right? The interesting part to me was, what did you do with Miami? What did you do with Penn State? And what did you do with Indiana? And quite frankly, I think that they nailed it, right? Like, I don't really have any arguments whatsoever. I think that they did a good job. It's pretty consistent with the rankings, the AP rankings that we've been using all year. Yeah, it's pretty consistent right there. So, yeah, man, like BYU is a team to pay attention to. Where did they go? How high can they get if they keep winning?
That's a great point. They come in at number 9, and they are now, for people who don't remember, they're now a Big 12 team. So they've got to win. So if you win your Power 5, the Big 12, the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 10, you automatically get in. So AB, for Miami, if you go all the way down, and then you've got, I don't even know where Clemson's at, but the ACC. 23. Okay. They've kind of shaken things out, so they're not really an issue. Right now, the rest of Miami's schedule is not difficult at all, but I want to go to number 7. That's where we find your Tennessee Volunteers. Tell me the road in your mind for Tennessee to get to the playoffs.
It's next week, and I'll tell you this is the other great part about it, and on the next graphic, we'll talk more about why conference play is so important, because a lot of these teams still have to play each other, okay? So at Ohio State, Oregon, that was a conference game, all right? You look at Tennessee, ranked number 7. You look at Georgia, ranked number 3. They play next week in Georgia, all right, at night. Georgia plays this Saturday against Ole Miss, okay? So you've got it here, and here is, if the playoffs started, Coach, right now, tonight, these would be the games. But I want you to take a look at the left side where you see the rankings, all right? And then take a look at the quarterfinals, because the top 4, they get a bye week, okay? But remember, the top 4 have to be conference champions. So you're going to have possibly, you could be Ohio State number 2 in the country, but you're not getting a bye because Oregon wins the Big Ten, right? So
wow. I didn't even think about that. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no, you're good. So you take a look here. So Georgia, okay, getting the bye week, so to say. Well, they play Tennessee next week. Texas is an SEC team. Alabama, we still have, an SEC championship to play, a Big 12 championship to play, a Big 10 championship game to play. So there's so much that goes into this. Texas and Texas A&M play the final regular season game of the year against each other. This thing is going to be wild, man.
Man, the last 3 minutes, I just want to take it out of the show and just put it everywhere, because not too many people understand the college football playoffs like my man AB. And we've got, I guess 90 more seconds. But when I look at the first round matchups to get Boise State and perhaps the Heisman Trophy winner to come to Columbus, because that's very important, AB. These first round games are on campus.
Yeah. Like, how awesome is that going to be? Like, dude, if you had Notre Dame and Penn State, all right, in Happy Valley, if you had Alabama and Tech, dude, it's going to be awesome, man. I cannot wait to see these. It's going to be great atmospheres, man.
It really is. Alabama and Texas, it's an SEC matchup. It's also going to be interesting to see how many teams that the SEC gets in, the Big Ten, and that's why all these matchups are going to be so incredibly important. On the other side of the break, we're going to look at specific matchups for this week in college football. This is going to be our number 2 thing for the next 2 months, because every single week, as AB said, matters. Every single game matters. Also, for the first time maybe ever, how you look in a loss really, truly matters. And the committee said it last night live on ESPN. So right from the horse's mouth. All right, still to come, me and AB break down the future, meaning the immediate future in college football. Also, if you weren't here at the top of the show, don't even worry about it. We got you covered in the whip around. We are DTL live on a Wednesday stadium. All right, you degenerates out there. Now, AB, I promise you a story, right? So years and years and years ago, I was like a male model in Kansas City when I was just getting my life on track. Okay.
That's
so
how
I
you
was
started.
That's how I started. Yeah. I mean, this face, come on. And so I was in two different big things. One thing called Boyfriend in a Box. People can Google that. Google me. But then I got called to be in a magazine. And the female counterpart to me was Jamie Dixon's wife. The wife. Right? And no, I have it wrong. It was. Yes. So the next time that I got to a game and Jamie Dix was around, I literally have the person wrong, AB. This story is really good, but I have it wrong. It's not Jamie Dixon, who was a former assistant to Roy Williams. Damn it, I had the complete coach wrong. So now I can't tell the story.
That's all right.
I'm trying to think of who
I need to hear more about this Boyfriend in a Box.
Hey, so Boyfriend in a Box. It was. I swear to God. And last night I was watching. I dated her when I was 21. She's still on Fox to this day. And it was like a gag gift. And this woman walked in to Play It Again Sports, and she said, "Oh, you're my sixth guy." I was Athletic Al. That was my nickname. I'll try to find. I have one still here. It was from 1995 or something like that. So basically, you could buy me, hand it to a girlfriend if she just went through a breakup, something. It was supposed to be a gag gift. The lady made like $5 million off of this stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, was the assistant coach? Was it Steve Robinson?
No. It was. Oh my gosh. It was Matt Doherty. He looks like Jamie Dixon. Matt Doherty. It was his wife. So I'll tell that story in another show. In my mind, I had Jamie Dixon. You know what I mean? They look a lot
Great
alike.
suits.
So,
yeah. No, it makes sense. Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. So I didn't get any of the $5 million. I got $250 to take the pictures and the woman who invented it. And then she created like 6 more. So I'm one of 12 men walking God's green earth that was a boyfriend in a box.
I like it. Dude, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. You know, I have to live with it every single day. Carl says, no, Coach, it's hilarious without even trying to really be true stories. My life has been bananas, absolutely bananas. All right, we are back on Stadium in just 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back to Stadium. We're having just a gigantic show today. What a vibe. Rant Wednesday, Vince Russo, Tommy, young Peyton. They were phenomenal today. But right now, it's just me and AB. It's all things college football. As the rankings came out last night, kind of overshadowed AB just a little bit by the, presidential election. But that's in the rear view now. So now Trump is in office and we can focus. So coming up this week, there are some pivotal games. And you already kind of mentioned a few games that are coming up for the rest of the year. So let's focus on 3 of those, because now that we're into November and now that we're really down to the last 3 or 4 weeks, you got to really break them down. Producer man, if you don't mind throwing up the graphic with the 3 games that we're focused on today, I believe. What is that first one? There you go. Alabama, LSU. College Game Day is going to be there. And Alabama is favored on the road. Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised. Alabama's playing good football, at least getting better from that midseason lull that they had. LSU coming off a very difficult loss to Texas A&M 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, like it makes sense to me. That total is not making sense. 58.5, like they'll score on each other. But, man, that's a big – you remember I've seen an Alabama LSU 3-0 game, right?
Yeah.
Like 58.5, dude. That's a lot of points, man.
They do the narrative that goes in a lot of these games. They'll come out, and we saw it last week. It'll be 14-10 midway through the second quarter, and then it ends up 24-21. That's how they play. Second half seem to be very, very slow and conservative in the SEC, and I don't know why. So then game number 2, Georgia, and Georgia in the rankings is 3. So there's going to be 2 different rankings. We're going to go with the playoffs. So Georgia is 3 behind Ohio State. Ole Miss, they now have, because of early season losses, AB, this is a perfect example of what we're talking about. They have no room for error because there are some at-large bids that are going to come in. And if Ole Miss can beat a Georgia, can then look great the last few weeks, they could potentially snag an at-large.
They can. And look, Lane Kiffin's got Ole Miss playing well right now. And think about this 3-game run for Georgia. Last week, Florida. Saturday, Ole Miss. Next Saturday, Tennessee. That's 3 in a row, dude. That is pretty darn difficult here. And Lane Kiffin, all right, He's seen Georgia before. He coached against Georgia with Tennessee. He coached against Georgia as the OC of Alabama, and he's now doing it with Ole Miss. Like, he's been around. He understands this game, and it's being played in Oxford. Oh, dude, that's going to be a great tailgate, by the way. That's going to be an awesome one. But this one is a lot of points. I kind of dig the under 55 as well, man.
All right, so you like the under in the first two games. The first two games.
And I hate unders like you do. I hate them. But these are a lot of points. Yeah.
But for some reason, these SEC games that are like this, they're entertaining because we know it's a chess match. We know that the head coaches know each other so well. And now I think for the first time, because you never want to run up the score. I think last week, Ole Miss scored 69 or something like that. Yeah. But now because the committee, AB, admitted that they're comparing losses as well, I think you could start to see games get a little bit out of control, especially if you happen to blow out a really good team. Do you agree with that?
I do agree. And yeah, and I mean, anybody that could just take off and go, because look, here's the deal. All of these teams are not good enough to just sit and say, oh, we've got them, we're going to beat them. Look, Georgia almost took out Alabama, and Alabama was up by 50, right? Like, so I agree with you, man. Like, whoever's offense is humming, man, keep going. So yeah, I agree completely with you on that.
All right, so what about this? Now, Indiana is such a unique case because they're undefeated, Google me, which is the favorite statement quote of all time, their head coach. But they have three teams, AB, ahead of them in their conference right now. Oregon's number 1, Ohio State is number 2, and then Penn State, despite the loss, is still coming in at number 6. If Indiana wins out, they will be fine. But should they be respected a little bit more?
Oh, absolutely, man. Indiana's playing great football. They should be respected in full. Now, the reason that we list this game here is that it's Michigan. Now, Michigan has a point scoring deficiency. To be nice, they can't really put points on the board there, but they can play defense, man. And this is just kind of one of those games. Like, it's not a trap game because it's Michigan. All right. Like, they just won the national championship last year, but Michigan's not that good. This is really one of those games where not necessarily a test for Indiana. It's just, can you do it again? Right? Like, can you do it to Michigan? You're playing at home. Yeah, I mean, I like Indiana in this one, but yeah, especially after the slow start last week against Michigan State, but they came out and scored 50 points or whatever,
They did.
Yeah, uncontested. So yeah, it's just one of those, can you do it again? And Indiana's good enough to do it.
Well, DG said in the chat, if they win out, they'll be top 4. I don't think there's any question about that because they get a week off. And then on the 23rd, they play at Ohio State. If you're going to get in, you're going to earn it, Indiana, at Ohio State. And then they close with their in-state rival, Purdue. The next month is going to be bananas, and we cannot wait for it. And we are all over it every single week. All right, if you weren't here at the top of the show, like clearly Tim in the chat was not, because he's asking about where's the whip around. Well, I'll tell you what, Tim, you came at the right time. It's time for the whip around. We got 4 more things to get to. Number 1 is the whip around. AB, let's go.
Let's go to the NBA tonight. Same game, 2 picks. We're going to go Grizzlies -1.5 against the Lakers at home. We're also going to take Ja Morant of the Grizzlies over 1.5 3-pointers at -115.
All right, and Vince Russo's on the Ravens -6. They were rolling last week, 41-10 over the Broncos. The Bills -4. They are the 4th betting favorite right now to win it all. And then him and Tommy agree on the Vikings this week. The Falcons -3.5. The Saints are a mess. And then you got the Celtics tonight at -7.5. And the young Peyton, 2-0 yesterday. Can we go 2-0 today? 76ers on the money line. And then Spurs and the Rockets, we're going under 212.5. All right, who did the crew AB select today of the Howie Schwab crew play of the day?
The crew's feeling the Grizz here. Let's go. Grizzlies -1.5. It's time, DG. Let's get it.
All right. And also, Rafi's stat of the day is what?
Let's see. Kent State. Kent State is 3-14 against the spread in their last 17 football games. And let me tell you, Kent State's the worst football team I've ever seen in my life. This is the team, coach. Earlier in the year, they came to Knoxville and played Tennessee. The over-under was 72. Tennessee covered it by themselves, and was up by 60 at halftime. Like, I'm telling you, Kent State is atrocious.
Big Jeezy says Kent State is a wagon in all sports. All right, we only have 2 minutes left, and somebody in the chat, AB, questioned the validity of boyfriend in a box. That didn't really happen, Coach. You're just making that up. Am I? Oh,
look at that.
Who's in
Athletic
the top
Cal,
middle
baby.
right there, big boy? Producer man going into the vault. AB, look at the guns. Look at the baby face on your boy. How about that?
Hey, I mean, first off, Athletic Al, and you got it in bold, too. That's how you know you're really handling business. And I don't know what Corporate Craig's doing, but I don't trust it at all. All right, Firefighter Frank, come on, man. You're showing off. That's Fireman Ed. That was him.
Maddie says Cowboy Clint is AB when he brings out the hat. You kind of do look like him when he put that on.
Hey, he's got that Canadian tuxedo, boy. You get that denim jacket going. Ooh, that's a good look.
You know, one of those on there was actually a general manager at a a country radio station. I can't make it up. He gave me tickets to see Garth Brooks and Kenny Chesney back in the day. I swear to God, I can't make this up. He did. I'm trying to remember which one it is. It's a Cowboy guy. Cowboy Clint. He was a general manager at a country radio station. How about that, AB?
That was great. And then you see in the chat, Mark said Corporate Craig looks like he's serving 7 to 10 for wire fraud. And I completely agree.
He might be, but that's what you do when you put yourself out there. Oh, shout out to Boyfriend in a Box. Shout out to Athletic Out, and shout out to all of you. It is now time. Producer, man, I need that one shot for you to go out into the world, for you to pay it forward, for you to understand that when you come here, you're going to laugh a little bit. You're going to learn a lot, but you are going to feel good when you walk out that door and understand there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets. What a vibe. Straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, Lamar, my man Vince Russo, Big Tommy C, young Peyton Lodge, producer man going into the vault, and AB, what work he's doing. I am simply the coach trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about. DTL Live on Stadium. Good luck.